Hi, I'm Angela, the Short Order Cook, and today I'll be showing you how to make the most amazing, gooey, rich, chocolatey dessert, and it's hot and cold. It's a sizzling brownie and it's fantastic. If you've never heard of a sizzling brownie, don't worry. Stick around at the end and I'll explain where this yummy dessert comes from. So let's get started. Making a sizzling brownie is super easy and you only need a few ingredients. Today we'll be using a square 8x8 baking pan. And you want to make sure that it's easy to lift those brownies out later. So I recommend using parchment paper. Even if you're using a nonstick pan, don't skip this step. And my top tip is also to use some binder clips to hold that in place when there's no batter there. 2 is all you'll need. Place the parchment paper down and in the corners. Try and make it as smooth as possible. Some wrinkles will be normal. Then attach the 2 clips to 2 of the edges to keep it in place. Super easy. Main thing you have to remember though is to remove those binder clips later before you bake. I do this for all my pans and it's one of my top tips. This recipe uses a box mix, so you'll want to preheat the oven according to the time and temperature on your box. Now it's time to make the brownies. In the bowl, add your brownie mix and whatever other ingredients and the amounts according to your box. It's usually an egg, some oil, and some water. I'm using the Ghirardelli Ultimate Mix, and it also has a sauce packet in it, so I'm adding that as well. Yours may or may not have this. It may also have some chocolate chips. You can also use a gluten-free brownie mix. This makes a great gluten-free dessert, so use whatever brand you like best. Once everything's in the bowl, you can just mix this by hand. You can use a whisk, wooden spoon, spatula, whatever is your favorite. You do not need an electric mixer. Just make sure everything is combined and there's no dry bits. Once everything's done, pour it into the pan. Make sure you remove those binder clips and bake it in the preheating oven according to the box temperature and time. After the brownie's done baking, let them cool for about 30 minutes. Gently lift them out using that parchment paper and get them on the cutting board. Using a chef's knife, you'll want to cut them into 9 large pieces. And it's okay if the knife sticks a bit. This is pretty gooey and chewy. Once they're cut, it'll be time to assemble the sizzling brownie. This is the fun part. So we're going to get ready to pile all that yummy stuff into a hot skillet. So you need to grab your skillet, the ice cream, a scooper, and the chocolate fudge. Heat the skillet on the stove top for 4 to 5 minutes and also microwave the hot fudge for about 30 to 60 seconds. Once everything is hot, use your oven mitts to place the skillet on any heat-resistant surface you have. It could be your counter. You might need a trivet or a hot pot. Once it's there, place one of the large brownies in the middle of the pan. You want the edges to be free to pool all that sauce. Top the brownie with a large scoop of ice cream. Vanilla is usually the traditional flavor, but you can use whatever you like. Pour and drizzle all that hot fudge or chocolate sauce around. Make sure it pools around the brownie so it can bubble up and you'll hear that sizzle. This is what you want. You'll have that gooey plus crusty chocolate. It's so good. Grab a spoon and dig in. You may or may not want to share. It's cold and creamy, hot and gooey in every bite. If you're new to sizzling brownies, that's probably because this dessert is not super popular in America, but it's very popular in cafes in India, and I can see why. It's amazing. Get the full recipe at theshortordercook.com for sizzling brownies. Thanks, and don't forget to subscribe.